What is a toner? A toner is a broad term that is used for many things, but mainly a thin water based formula that you apply to your skin to either hydrate it, deliver actives, increase penetration of other actives, to clean it, or all of the above. Toners can also be gels, although I don't see that very often, but you can definitely make a toner into a gel. There are many ways to make toners, so we're going to show you one super simple formula today that doesn't require any heating. Now, I have really dry skin, so I'm going to show you a great formula for dry skin types. This is going to be a brightening, hydrating toner for dry skin. So it will be gentle but very hydrating. You can apply this on a clean face before you apply any of other serums or lotions or creams, and it will give it some hydration to seal in all day and keep your skin looking plump. This toner formula is flexible and you can easily swap out ingredients that we used. Let's look at the formula. We always use 284 gram batches here for the batch size, and this is a very flexible formula within reason. So things you can change in this formula are the 4% humectants with propylene glycol and sodium lactate. So if you don't have those, you can just do glycerin for the 4%. And the extracts and actives you can swap out for any other water-soluble ones of your choosing. Keep it to 2 actives max. Other ones you can use are niacinamide or panthenol or allantoin. All are lovely. If you don't have any hydrosols on hand, you can just use plain distilled water. For the main ingredients, we're going to be using witch hazel, and I know what you're thinking, that's astringent. Calm down now. It's going to be a very small percentage of the formula. If you have witch hazel extract or hydrosol, you can use those also. If you just have witch hazel hydrosol, you can use 5% of that in the place of the witch hazel. It's really easy to just go to the store though and just buy witch hazel already made. That's what I did. I just used the store-bought one. It was just easier than ordering it from a big supplier. The suppliers, usually you can just buy the extract or the hydrosol. So the one from the store already has added alcohol along with the witch hazel distillates, so it makes it really easy. For the water portion, I'm going to be using a mandarin hydrosol that I made and an aloe vera and basil hydrosol. I'm going to do a video here soon to show you how I make the hydrosols. They're actually really easy. I just haven't had time to make the video. I always tell people who ask me if it's easier to make the hydrosol or buy it, that it's much easier to just buy a hydrosol already made. But I like making my own because they just smell so much fresh or more fresher than the ones that you buy. And many of the ones you can buy online don't list a preservative, and hydrosols have to be preserved. They will go bad, even if they don't look like they're going bad. You have to have a very strong preservative in an all water type of product. For our humectants, we're going to be using propylene glycol and sodium lactate. If you don't have those, just use glycerin. But those are both amazing at drawing moisture to the skin. They feel so luxurious, especially the propylene glycol. I've really been loving using it in place of glycerin in my formulas. Sodium lactate is the sodium salt of lactic acid produced by the fermentation of sugar. It's great at pulling water to itself, so we're going to use that. Then for our active ingredients, we are going to be using acetylglucosamine, which I made a video or a formula, and I'll put the video right here where you can see that we use that in the formula, which is, it's a skin identical ingredient. So it has natural exfoliation abilities and it can help with hyperpigmentation. We're also going to be using urea, which is an amazing soothing ingredient for irritated skin and keeping it hydrated. It's one of my favorite ingredients because I notice when I use it, especially in higher amounts, like 3% or higher, it really can reduce a lot of redness on the skin and any kind of dry, like scaling from just having dry skin. For our extracts, we'll be using the licorice root extract that we made in this video. So if you want to go watch that to see how we made it. We're also going to be using mulberry leaf extract, which I also made from my mulberry tree. Mulberry naturally can help with hyperpigmentation. It has tyrosinase inhibitors present, so that's why I use it all the time. For our preservative, we're going to be using Germall Plus because frankly it's the best one to use for a full water formula. It effectively preserves it without any issues. There won't be any heating in this formula, so we can just pour and stir. You'll need a container and a scale that measures in 1 gram increments and a bottle to store it in. You can use a spray bottle for this and just spray it on your face. That's really nice. You can also use a pour bottle with a cap on it and just pour it on a cotton round and dab it on your face. But I like spraying it on my face. It works so much better that way. We kind of want it to stay on our skin. We don't want to wipe it off because it's not a cleansing toner. It's a hydrating one. So spraying it is the best way to apply it. We're going to start with our scale, and we're going to first put our hydrosols in, and we're going to weigh those out. And then we're going to do our witch hazel. And I totally forgot to film the sodium lactate and propylene glycol pouring, but that's basically what we're going to be adding next and weighing those out. And then we can add our acetylglucosamine and urea, and then we're going to mix that until it's fully dissolved. And finally, we're going to add our extracts and preservative. And then we're going to mix that again. And we're going to check our pH. We want it around 4.5 and 5.5. It's pretty close to that. It's around 5.9. So I'm going to add a few drops of my citric acid solution, which is just a 1-to-1 ratio of water and citric acid. And then we can bottle this up and use it on our face tonight. I'm going to put it in a spray bottle because I want it to stay on my face. You can also put it on a cotton round and dab your face with it. And there we have our easy brightening toner for dry skin types. And you can add more witch hazel. You can up the percentage if you want more astringency to this toner. You can even go up to 20% or more. Let me know in the comments what you think and any questions you have and any formula suggestions. My Patreon is starting to get more full. I have been putting a lot more content up over there and membership options if you want to show your support or if you want to learn more. I also have a membership option for helping fellow small businesses on there with their businesses. It's available under the membership tier 3 option. I put out a lot of business advice and, content for social media and information on how to effectively run a small skincare business. So I'd love for you to join me over there. What's also included is more skincare formulas not shared here on YouTube and information on ingredients. I hope to see you over there. Bye for now.